was as good a quarter as I've ever seen our team play as long as I've been with them. We were active. We were a little upset at halftime. We gave them 11 straight scores in the second quarter. And we just talked about, we had 47 points, and we should be winning the game. On the road, we should have been winning that game. And our defense let us down. And Michael Curry was great with our guys. I sort of sat back and listened to him talk to him a little bit. We came out, we were active, got running. We had 25 fast break points. Key was rebounding second half. They had two offensive rebounds. In the first half, I told our guys we really dodged a situation that could have really hurt us. They had 11 second shot opportunities in the first half, but only converted 2 of them. And so we cut that from 20 to 9, which is what we talked about, as I said, about how important we out-rebound them, which was critical. We took care of the ball. Lavoy Allen was tremendous tonight, tremendous. Dre defensively, Evan and Drew, great. And then Lou. When Lou plays like that, he makes us a different team. This team had done such a great job on him all season long. I think he was averaging a little bit under 10 points a game, shooting 25%. He was 0 for 8 from 3 in the games we played against his team. So I just sat around yesterday and I tried to figure out some things we could do to help him. And our guys did a good job with that. We got some baskets, and it sort of opened up the whole game for us. So wonderful win. And I told our guys, we have a great opportunity. Let's take advantage of this. And we got to go home. We've been on the road. This is our 11th road game out of our last 13 games that we've played. And so we have been sort of the road warriors. We need to get home, get our guys a day's rest, have a good preparation day on Thursday, and be ready to go on Friday. But I can't tell you how exciting it is to come here to Chicago and get a playoff win here on the road for our team. It was a great, great night.
Is there anything you do to get that fast break points cranked up, or when you're
Well, it's our defensive stops. If we stop them defensively, I remember I talked about if we could get them to 45% field goal shooting. They shot 52% in game 1. We got them to 45, and then we rebounded the ball, which enabled us to get out and run. We had a few we had 7 steals, so we didn't force a lot of turnovers. Only 8, but 7 of them were steals. So those are live ball turnovers. We run off those. And that's when Dre and Thad really get out in that open court and use their speed. And they make us a really different team when they get out and can finish like that. But it all starts with defensive stops, rebounding, and or deflections or steals for us.
Staying on that same subject, how do you get Andre to keep playing like that rather than to rely on the jump shot?
Well, I think with Dre, when we run and do that, he does. He plays like that. We're not a great half-court team. As much as I like to work on our offense and try to help us, we're just not a great half-court team. We don't have a great post presence. We can come down and throw that ball in the post. And so we have to do a lot of movement and get the ball going side to side and stuff. But when we're good is when we get in the open court. That's, points off turnovers, fast break points, those kind of things is when we really thrive.
Doug, can you talk about those? You had been emphasizing the first 5 minutes of the game and the emotion. And obviously, they bring Derek out to get everyone amped up. You guys kind of stood toe-to-toe in those first 5 minutes. Can you talk about that?
Well, the reason I changed the starting lineup. First of all, Evan had to be out there. He had to be out there and play. He's been playing great. He needed another playmaker. And then Spencer, I started him for a couple reasons. First of all, I thought Lavoy would be better with our second unit because he's a better rebounder than Spencer, and I thought he would help Thad. And I thought starting Spencer might help us in an emotional game like this, that he's got some more experience. But Lavoy is a better rebounder. And so, Lavoy had 9 rebounds tonight, so I thought he would have to help that second unit because when I moved Evan to the starting lineup, we lost our better rebounder off that second unit, so I had to make sure I replaced him. So our guys did do a good job. We came out, we executed, we got good shots, and we didn't let them take that emotional start and be able to make some distance off that.
Doug, what has Drew Holiday meant to you guys down the stretch, and especially tonight?
Wow, Drew was great. He was sensational. It's fun to watch him grow. Last year, I remember his first playoff game. He went down to Miami and in that incredible environment, and it was fantastic. Drew this year, I haven't had a chance to be on the court with him as much in practice, and so this year for him, it was a year that I thought early that it hurt not getting a lot of practice. The one thing with Drew is he's got to stay on the attack. I don't want him to think like a pure point guard. I want him to think like a scoring point guard, like a Darren Williams or somebody like that. Because with our starting unit, it's important for he and Dre and EB to get that group off to a good start, especially when I wasn't starting Evan and Spencer. So he's been in a really good attack mode with that. The thing I'm happy about was, he didn't have a great shooting game in game one, and he came out and he shot the ball. And that's what I told our guys: shoot the ball. I mean, you're playing for a coach who shoot the ball. I don't care if you miss 10 in a row. Pistol Pete Maravich was my hero, and I heard him say one time, if you miss 10 in a row and you're a 50% shooter somewhere, you're going to make 10 in a row. And that's the adage I live by, and that's what I want our guys to live by. If it's a good shot, take it. Drew was spectacular. He had the 6 assists, no turnovers, 26 points. And I thought he got us off to a great start in that third quarter when we were down 8.
Guys, a couple more.
Boozer and Dang, 2 points in the second half. What'd you do?
Well, you've got to, with Luol, you've just got to stay attached to him. And Dre is a fantastic defender. I mean, Dre gives himself up, and that's why I said, for the people who want to judge Andre Iguodala by his points, they're missing who he is. To me, Andre Iguodala is the best wing defender in the NBA. And we have chance to beat these kind of teams. We were 7-3, I think, against Atlanta, Boston, and Indiana. And he guards Granger, he guards Paul Pierce, and he guards Joe Johnson. He guards Luol. And so we're, I think, 2-2 against them now. He gives us a chance to beat these kind of teams with his defense. And then Lavoie is big and strong. And so we tried to keep him matched up with him when we could a little bit in that second half, because we think his strength will help on that. But if you take away, you got to play, especially Luol, you got to play him to the end of the clock, because he's not going to stop moving. And I thought our guys did a really good job with that.
Doug, over here, when Drew's in attack mode like he was, how well do he and Evan kind of complement each other on the court?
Well, they do, because, if you look at it, we were 5 for 12 in the three-point line tonight, and a big part of that was, Drew hitting the three. But one of the things we have to do is we're not a great shooting team. And so we have to be in the attack mode. If we let that clock burn down on us or whatever, we start shooting jump shots, we're going to be in trouble. We had 52 points in the paint tonight, and we were 26 of 36. That's being those guys who are getting in the paint to make things happen. I thought Evan hit a couple really big baskets for us when we needed it. They made a little run or whatever, and I thought he made a really couple nice plays that gave us a nice cushion.
Guys, one more.
Doug, what about Evan, that he exudes that kind of confidence? You had said yesterday, like, he's a big game kind of guy.
I mean, Evan, that's what I love about Evan. I mean, Evan feels like he's the best player in the gym, and I love that. I mean, you got to be able, and then he's, and I know maybe he made some ill-timed comments, but he's been booed every time he touched the ball, and I mean, it's like he's using that as a very positive way. A lot of guys would maybe cower away from that, but Evan has risen to the challenge. So I'm not a big guy on doing a lot of talking, but I like the way he's playing.
Thank you very much.